My wife demanded we split bills evenly, so I sent her half the mortgage, half the groceries, and half the kids' daycare invoice. This all started when Kelly got promoted to senior manager at her marketing firm. Suddenly, she was making almost double what I made as a software developer, which honestly made me super proud of her. We'd been married for 6 years, together since college, and watching her climb the corporate ladder was awesome to see. But then, things got weird. She started making comments about how she shouldn't have to pay for everything anymore just because she made more money. At first, I thought she was joking around, but then she sat me down one Thursday night while I was folding our 3-year-old son's tiny superhero pajamas and said we needed to have a serious talk about finances. "I think we should split everything 50-50 from now on," she said, not even looking up from her laptop where she was answering work emails at 9 p.m. "It's only fair since we're both adults with jobs." I stopped mid-fold, holding up Tyler's Batman shirt. "What do you mean exactly?" "All bills, mortgage, utilities, groceries, daycare, everything. We each pay half." She finally looked at me with this matter-of-fact expression like she was explaining basic math to a kindergartner. I reminded her that I made $38,000 a year while she was now pulling in 75. Half the mortgage alone would eat up most of my paycheck. She just shrugged and said maybe I should work harder or find a better job if money was tight. That stung. I'd been working my ass off for years, taking care of Tyler when she had late meetings, cooking dinner most nights, handling all the household stuff she was too busy for. But apparently none of that mattered anymore. So the next morning, I sat down with my calculator and our bills. Mortgage payment was $2,200 a month. Her half, $1,100. Groceries averaged $400 monthly. Her half, $200. Tyler's daycare was $800. Her half, $400. I typed up a professional-looking invoice on my computer, complete with due dates and payment terms, just like the ones she dealt with at work. Invoice for shared household expenses, month of October, at the top in bold letters. Listed every single expense we shared, divided perfectly in half. When Kelly got home from her evening yoga class, I handed her the printed invoice with a completely straight face. "Your portion of this month's bills. Payment due by the 15th, please." She stared at the paper for a full minute before her face went bright red. "Are you seriously invoicing me like I'm some kind of business client?" "You wanted everything split evenly," I said, shrugging exactly the way she had the night before. "This is what even looks like." The numbers hit her like a brick wall. $1,100 for mortgage, $400 for daycare, $200 for groceries, plus utilities, car insurance, Tyler's health insurance premium, and about 15 other things she'd never actually thought about. Her half came to just over $2,000. "This is ridiculous," she said, waving the paper around. "I can't afford this." I almost laughed out loud. She made twice what I did and couldn't afford half our bills, but somehow I was supposed to manage it on my salary? "Maybe you should work harder or find a better job," I said, using her exact words from the night before. That's when she completely lost it. Started yelling about how I was being petty and immature, how married couples don't treat each other like roommates, how she never meant it should be this rigid, but I just kept nodding and agreeing. "You're absolutely right. Married couples shouldn't treat each other like roommates. They should work together as a team and contribute based on what they can afford, not demand arbitrary 50-50 splits." The invoice stayed taped to our refrigerator for 3 days. Every time she walked past it, I could see her doing math in her head. By day 3, she quietly asked if we could go back to our old system where we contributed proportionally based on our incomes. I agreed, but only after she apologized for suggesting I wasn't working hard enough.